is Crystal with Pineapple Papers, and I have a design team project for a colorist studio using the January kits. And I am starting with this super fun camera paper. And it is a little busy, but I'm going to tone it down a little bit with this green piece I have. And I'm not really sure that the florals tone it down, but they're going to give it a little color. So I am going to apply these two colored papers on top of the black and white camera paper. And I'm going to apply them in kind of an angle. So I'm hoarding paper. This is what's happening right now. I'm hoarding the paper. So I'm figuring out a way to gut kind of the behind paper. So what's left of the green, as well as a little bit of that camera paper. I have plenty of paper. I probably didn't need to do this, but I did. And the cameras are so cute. Like you could totally fussy cut out that chunk that I have left over and just have a ton of cameras to use. I feel like cameras are always a good piece to use for embellishment purposes. So I might do that. We'll see, depending on what that shows. And then I added the floral on top of it, and I'm trying to get it to cut in a line, but as you can see, my trimmer only goes so far. So I'm kind of folding the paper. We'll kind of see how this kind of looks. It does end up working out, but it is a little wonky. I try to tear it up because I don't want to tear it down. That way there's not like a divot in the top that I have to deal with. So you can see it's kind of torn there. So now I can do the rest of it. So there is my little wonky pieces of paper. So I am going to use this tone on tone yellow to map my photo. So my photo is, we went to Vegas for my goddaughter's 21st birthday. And I believe this was when we took them down to the Strip. So this was our little drink cheers. Now, I wasn't sure. I have a really hard time cutting into paper, especially if it's just a matte photo. And so I tend to actually take and gut the paper. So I have a little bit of it on the inside. Obviously I can't use it as a full mat, but I can use it to mat like a piece of white cardstock or another piece of pattern paper. So my photo is matted in the yellow, and now I am going to start embellishing. So lots of goodies in this kit for embellishments. I mean, I have the main kit, the bold kit, and the acrylic kit. So I have like several pieces of ephemera, several packages, and then I have that whole sticker sheet there. So I'm thinking that I want to do kind of the two tabs up at the top for maybe my journaling. And then I find this cute little typewriter. And so I'm going to actually use the paper coming out of the typewriter as where my journaling is going to go. So that's going to go down there in the bottom corner. I have a couple of tickets. I feel like I'm not really sure we needed tickets to get into anything, but because we didn't go see a show or anything, but they're cute. They say dream and they say smile. And then I found this label. I'm going to put more journaling on that label. And then I'm going to tuck one of these black and white florals in the top and in the bottom. I'm also going to use one of the dimensional flowers up there at the top as well. It's a great match for that green color that you see in one of the papers that I used. This little piece says love this because yes, I mean, we had a good time. There were three girls and 3 mamas, and then my other goddaughter, who's actually 10 years older, so she was 31. And she kind of swapped back and forth. Sometimes she hung out with the mamas, sometimes she hung out with the girls. So she bounced back and forth, but it was a great time. So, you know, we felt safe. We could take these girls to Vegas and keep an eye on them, and nothing was going to happen. And everybody had a great time. So for my title, I'm going to go with Life Captured. That's from the ephemera pack. I'm going to add a couple of these metal keys. I'm going to do one at the top and one by the title. And then from the acrylic, there's this like heart, but it's broken. And I was like, how am I going to use the broken heart? Like, I can use a heart all day long, but a broken heart, you know, I was like, So I'm actually going to put it on that label down there at the bottom, and I did separate them, and I'm going to write something about the heartbreakers or something, like 21-year-old heartbreakers or something like that. So that it does make a little more sense as to what is going on. So I'm trying to think what else. Oh, I did grab this secondary title. It says Let's Go. And so it says Life Captured, Let's Go. And that is from this like puffy sticker pack. And I love this pack. Yeah, I think it's a Maggie Holmes pack. That's probably why I love it. So I'm going to get all of this down, and then I think I'm going to go off screen. Oh, I did add a little geotag. I thought that was a good point because, you know, we were somewhere, and anytime you're somewhere, you can use a geotag, or at least that's how my brain thinks. And I thought about that piece that said the best day, but I just really couldn't find a spot for it. And it was pretty big as far as black was concerned. I was thinking I needed some frazzle, which I am currently looking for. It's actually on the floor. I will find it. I'm not really sure how that happened, but it did. And so I will bring it in eventually. There we go. But I'm not really sure that there is a good place to use it. So I do give up on that idea and change my mind, and this is going to be the layout. So if you have any questions, please leave them down below. I love to chat with you. And then I will have links for Color Rush Studio so you can get your hands on these amazing kits. And you can always use my code 10crystal, and that will save you 10% in the shop. So there's a final look at my layout, and remember to wear your crown, and we'll see you next time. Bye.